My name is Val.
Hi.
Hi. So we spoke on the telephone, and you said that you had some problems that you wanted to talk about, and I'm really excited to have you here today. So what is it exactly that's been bothering you?
Um, well, like in class, if I'm ever asked a question or like I have to talk or anything like that, I feel like my chest constricting and my voice starts shaking and I get red and I feel like I'm going to die or pass out or something like that, and it's just it's just ongoing all the time.
So you feel this when you're at school,
Usually, yes.
and those feelings must be very uncomfortable for you. Sorry you feel that way. So why don't you tell me about the specifics of how you're feeling? You said your chest feels like it's hanging, you feel like you're going to die. Exactly when does this happen?
Usually when I feel like people are looking at me or judging me or expecting things from me, like if I'm asked a question or if I'm asked to do something, that's usually when it just starts and I can't.
Do you feel as though you freeze up?
Yeah, usually.
Okay. And do you feel like these situations are limited only towards school, or does this affect you at all at your job or at your home?
Well, at my work, I don't have to interact with people. I can just sit behind a computer screen, so it's not usually that big of a problem. It's I guess it's just when I feel like there's attention on me or people are looking at me.
Okay. How do you feel that this is impacting your life?
Um, well, I've recently started failing a couple of classes just because I just can't do what they're asking me to do. I just don't want to. One of my classes, like a large portion of our grade was dependent on participation, and I just couldn't raise my hand. I couldn't speak. I just couldn't.
Okay. And is this negatively impacting your grades, or is this having any sort of impact on your schoolwork? Do you feel that your study habits have changed? Tell me how this has impacted you outside of the classroom.
Well, I I guess I feel like I've been avoiding like larger parties lately. Um, I won't go to very crowded areas sometimes. Sometimes it feels like there's just too many people there, or I just can't get away from it.
How often has this been going on?
Well, it started I think right before the semester started, so it's been a couple months now, maybe 4 or 5 months.
Now, how do you feel that you acted prior to this occurring? Were you participatory in class, or is this a drastic change from how you were prior to these symptoms occurring?
I mean, I wouldn't spend the entire class talking, but I could participate in class enough to be able to get good grades. Like, failing a class is very different to what I'm used to. I usually do really well in class, but it's just, this feeling that I get, I can't do it, and it's keeping me from being able to do everything the teacher wants me to do.
That must be very stressful for you. So, do you feel that this anxiety occurs when you're by yourself at all?
Usually not. Usually when I'm at home alone, I feel the most relaxed. Sometimes I do feel a little anxious if I'm thinking about, if I'm supposed to give a presentation next day or something in class is supposed to happen. Sometimes I feel a little anxious, but it's never to the extent I feel when I'm actually in a situation.
Do you do anything to help deal with your anxiety?
Um, well, if I'm supposed to present, I'll usually skip a class, or if I know it's a heavy debate, I'll skip that as well. Um, I know sometimes during tests, I'll just quickly go through it so I can just get out of there as fast as possible and not think about it.
So it seems to me that what you're telling me is that you feel anxiety primarily in social situations, and that you feel that This occurs mostly when you are in school. And you had stated that you feel like people are judging you. Does that include your classmates and your teachers, or do you feel outside people are looking at you?
I generally think it's everyone. That's why I try not to draw attention to myself. I feel like, if they're looking at me, they're thinking about, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart. That was a stupid comment. Why did you make that?
Okay. So it seems to me that that is the primary issue that you're dealing with at this moment. Do you feel that that is the most prominent issue that you have? Are there any other outside conflicts that are going on besides your anxiety?
I mean, I couldn't think of any more outside conflicts because I've just kind of been staying at home most of the time. So I don't think there would be any. This one I feel like I have to do it.
How do you feel around your friends and your family?
I mean, there still is some of the judging. I do feel like some of my friends are judging me more than I might have before, but it's not to the extent of when, I'm in a room full of